So here's what's happened. We're on day 2, and today I did a lot. I walked for about 5 miles, which is, I didn't really run on an empty stomach, but the reason is this, because you can't buy water in Havana, Cuba. You gotta figure out, a place to buy water is so secretive. I don't know why that is, but it's just what it is. So I ended up finding a place where I could buy water. So I bought some water. I bought maybe like this here, because I needed the water. In order for me to walk for a long distance, I did 5 miles without water, without drinking anything, but I did eat in the morning. So that's what gave me the feel of just having to go out and actually walk on it wasn't really on an empty stomach. I had to, eat some food, because after 48 hours, after 24 hours, you're gonna be hungry. So what did I do today? I walked all the way to downtown, and let me just tell you, the most fascinating thing is this: as you're walking, you're always running into something interesting, in Havana, Cuba. The city is not as hype as some YouTuber might put it in. No, it's not hype. I know what hype is, but the city is not hype to the fullest potential. But the thing is, you're always running into characters that just makes you want to think as if you have what it takes in you to eliminate the scammers, the people who are trying to scam you. Once you notice it, you just shut it off. Because your spirit, as you're walking, you notice somebody, the stuff that they're doing is manipulation. You just tell them like, hey bro, hey woman, just cool it off. I don't do that. If we're gonna talk, we're gonna talk. You have to be honest with me, I'll be honest with you, because I'll keep it 100 with you. Regardless of the language barrier, you tell me what it is that you're looking for, you want from me. And if that's what I want, we'll do that. But if that's not what I want, I don't want none of that stuff. All right? So today, what did I do? The part 2 of today, because it's part 2 of today still has to happen. That's why I'm getting all dressed up and I'm starting to get ready to go to the place. I run into a lot of people who are actually prostitute. They're trying to sell sex. I'm not here for prostitute. In America, I don't follow prostitute. How can I put this? If that's your thing, it's just, it comes with a certain type of, the way a woman is looking is just like, I don't know. I just never done prostitution. I don't know if prostitution is my thing, if it's, something that I should be into, but, I cannot knock the people who are into prostitution, because we are all into prostitution in some degrees or level. If you are married, yes, you are into prostitution, but it's just, your prostitute, you keep it at home, because the moment you stop spending money on your so-called wife, she's going to bounce if she's not real with you. But most of the people, they will never notice that. You keeping her in the house because you realize she's cheaper to stay with you. And some people, real love, like where a person really like somebody, is rare. Some people never allow that stuff to happen to them, because they chase money. They figure out that with the money, if you're chasing money, you are selling yourself as a woman. You need to know that. Whether you're gonna get married through that, or you're not gonna get married, or you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, that you are selling yourself. That's prostitution. You could be a prostitute and be married, which means they pay you to stay there. So you cannot knock the prostitute, the people who are doing prostitution, when you yourself are doing that. So let's get that out the way. And now, prostitute, you have to give it to them. They understand a lot about man psychology, which means the manipulation of a man, how to get a man, and how to basically get a man to pay them, But if you're not into that type of emotion, I wouldn't say like myself, but I know I don't practice that. You just never know when you're going to stop practicing that, because as you're getting older and older, you start realizing women don't really like people unless you have money. So that's one thing. Regardless of you're like, oh, I'm so real, I'm so this. No, that's all crap. You gotta pay them something. So as a society, a woman doesn't like to work, so she wants the man to work for her. That's the part of the marriage. She could work, but she's only gonna work till a certain time. She's like, oh, I just want to stay home, take care of this, which is good. That's what she's supposed to do. Take care of the kids, take care of the house, but she can't be complaining that she's washing dishes. Oh God, I work too much. I wash dishes, I clean the house, I do this. No. If somebody's going outside to do labor work, you have to wash dishes and do all the chores that's within the house. That's exchange for an exchange. You can't just sit home and watch TV and talk about like, we equal, we this. No, there's no such thing as equal. They're trying to sell this stuff as if it's true. It's not true. Even the people who are preaching this stuff here, they're looking for a mate that's able to do the other stuff, not the equal stuff. Because it gets to a point where the contract between the man and the woman, money has to be paid. That's just what it is. So I can't knock the prostitute, the people who are prostituting. They have a reason for doing what they're doing. That's what I was chased by today. So after that, I walked around the city and some people I didn't really run into a lot of scammers because I knew how to shut them down. If I notice somebody's not truthful, I'm like, yo, bro. Like, there was a guy who tried to tell me, like, hey, man, come here, man. Let me tell you something that you don't know about the city. I'm like, you don't do that. This is not my country. This is your country. But you don't call me as if I'm some type of, I don't know. Like, you're just like, hey, man, come here, so I can tell you something. I'm like, yo, cut that crap out. And I shut him off literally just on the spot. I'm like, yo, you don't do that. That's not fly. That's not cool. And I'm not going to go for that, even if this is your country. But we're going to have respect for human to human. You're not going to be like, hey, man, especially if it's not even especially. I went to this art place, and the guy seen me looking at some art. He's not even an artist. He started, like, telling me about, like, hey, man, come here so I can tell you something. I'm like, yo. You don't do that stuff, man to man. Mano to mano, you don't do that. And then I just shut him off. I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that. I tell him, like, you come here so you can tell me what you want to tell me because I'm not interested in what you want to tell me. I know people that I can socialize with that can tell me what I want to know. If you want some stuff where you trying to scam me, you want me to walk to you, that was not going to happen. So I shut him off. You got to have the technique to do that. And even a technique to notice a prostitute. Okay, here's the thing. A woman who has been used by so many men is no longer somebody that you should chase a relationship with because something's going to happen. Even though you're paying for sex or you're doing whatever you're doing, something's going to happen. It's going to make you want to like that person regardless of what it is that they do. And when you start doing that, your emotion blinds you off. You become blind of things that they do. That's not respectable to you as a man. So that's the reason why I don't chase after that. Once I notice somebody trying to sell me some sex, they came out, they try to explain to me some stuff. They're like, oh, you want chica? I said, okay, yeah, what kind of chica? And then they're like, oh, go to your house, give you a massage. I said, a massage? Why you want to give me a massage? And she just frozen. She don't know why she want to give me a massage. I don't know you. You don't know me. But I respect what she do. Keep doing it because you don't know what that person is feeding in her family. Life happens, something, you get kids, and then things happen. You got to feed the family. Go ahead and do what you got to do. So I walked through the art place, and I found the most amazing artists Cuba has to offer. Maybe a few of them. Some of them I haven't met them. But you would tell this city has a lot of artists. There's so much creativity within the city. Just the city of Havana, where sometimes it's just like blowing my mind. Like there's a lot of thoughts that's going on into these art. Even art stuff that they got downtown where a person is doing something that just triggers your mind into a thinking mode. So which is kudos to you, Havana, and kudos to you, to Cubans who are doing that. Keep doing that. The color, the respect of the colors, the way you playing with the colors. Man, I ran into another, guy. This guy was actually blended into statues that was somewhere around downtown. And that was beautiful. I just looked at him. At first I was like, you're not gonna get me the same way they got me in Mexico. Because in Mexico, the same thing happened to me. The next thing you know, the monument, the statue started moving and I jumped. Because the coloring was so good. It was so good to the point where you asking yourself, this thing is moved, just moved. Like, so it was scary. I noticed that it was moving because I realized the clothes, even though the person is not moving, the clothes was breathing. You could see the person breathing through the clothes. So I paid attention to it. And then by the time he just winked his eye, I started laughing. So that was funny. That was very funny. And I had to tip that guy because the coloring was perfect. I like that when somebody studied colors to the point where they could blend in with rust, they could blend in with metals, they could blend in with copper, they could blend in with any type of natural, or artificial elements that we see within our eyes. And the highlights and everything, it just blends in. So kudos to that guy. I love that about Havana. And then I ran into, what did I do next? I walked to the Capitol, but I have to walk again because there's so many pictures that you can take in this city. The only bad thing is that I regret about today, I did not bring out my camera. So next time, I'm definitely taking my camera. I gotta bring out my camera. Let me see. So tomorrow, we're definitely doing this. Tomorrow I gotta take this out. We gotta take some pictures because I noticed on the second day, this is a city that take pictures. As the sun is rising and the sun is going down, you have nothing but beautiful pictures. And the design, the architect around the city is beautiful. So, like I say, welcome to Cuba. All right, so this is day 2 in Cuba. I gotta go through this day 2 and see what's happening. Arts is everywhere in Cuba. So I like that. It's gonna be my city. Arts, rumba, and a lot of fun. All right, so I'm about to start my day 2. Day 2 is day 2 part 2, which is we are now going to salsa, baby. Salsa. All right, let's go.